Welcome to Stop Fake, the place where we dismantle disinformation about Ukraine. I'm Marco Supran with Stop Fake's latest breakdown of the Russian alternate reality. This week's disinformation menu brings you some of the following. Fake videos illustrate renewed fighting in Russian separatist-occupied eastern Ukraine. Reports of the Ukrainian currency's collapse are greatly exaggerated. Oliver Stone jumps on the Russian disinformation bandwagon about Ukraine with his new film, Ukraine on Fire. So let's get to the details. Scores of Ukrainian and Russian media published a video this week of what purports to be a battle between Ukrainian military and Russian occupation proxy forces in the Donetsk region of eastern Ukraine. The same video was also posted by Ukrainian Member of Parliament Andriy Lozovy on his Facebook page. The footage, however, is not of any recent battle. It was shot in 2012 in the Krasnodarsk region of Russia during the Kavkaz 2012 military exercises. Another longer video of the exercises features some of the footage that Ukrainian and Russian sites passed off as examples of the latest fighting in occupied eastern Ukraine, starting around the 2-minute mark. Another video that the site Ukraina.ru used in its story about renewed fighting in Ukraine's occupied territories was called a, quote, fierce battle on the Svitlodarsk Bulge. Well, this was actually a video of a strike-ball game filmed in 2009. Other media who used this video voiced over the English-speaking players' comments, but have since removed it from their sites. Now, although the videos used in these stories were fakes, there was indeed fierce fighting in the Svitlodarsk area of eastern Ukraine this past week. The renewed fighting, some of the heaviest reported in a long time, was confirmed by the OSCE monitoring mission, who recorded over 2,900 explosions from December the 11th through to the 18th. Russian media have interpreted the recent currency fluctuations in Ukraine as a complete collapse of the national currency, the hryvnia. The recent nationalization of Ukraine's biggest lender, Privatbank, has brought on the collapse of the hryvnia as well as an immediate reaction from currency rates, or at least this is what the Russian site Ukraina.ru was reporting. Now, this site not only declared the death of the Ukrainian currency, but also illustrated its story with photos featuring flowers and candles, with signs reading, "Rest in peace, hryvnia." These pictures were actually taken during demonstrations outside the National Bank of Ukraine offices in February of 2015. Meanwhile, the Ukrainian National Bank has said the currency situation in the country has stabilized, and the nationalization of a bank part-owned by one of Ukraine's best-known oligarchs, Ihor Kolomoisky, has caused only minor currency fluctuations. According to the Ukrainian National Bank Deputy Director Oleg Churi, news about Privatbank's nationalization placed some pressure on the hryvnia, but the situation has rebounded. The current dollar-hryvnia exchange rate is 26.4 hryvnia to the dollar. The Ukrainian currency has been steadily trading at between 24 to 26 hryvnia to the dollar over the past year. One of Russia's largest private federal TV channels, REN TV, recently aired the controversial film Ukraine on Fire, produced by the equally controversial Academy Award-winning producer Oliver Stone. Stone's latest opus, presented to the Russian viewer as a world premiere, repeats Russia's interpretation of the Maidan Revolution, that it was orchestrated by the United States and Ukraine's opposition with the aim of overthrowing former President Viktor Yanukovych and wresting Ukraine from Russia's orbit. The film accuses the CIA of orchestrating a coup in Ukraine. The notorious Ukrainian Special Operations Unit of the Interior Troops, the Berkut, who shot and killed scores of demonstrators during the Maidan Revolution, are innocent, according to Oliver Stone's telling of events, and the annexation of Crimea had to happen, according to Vladimir Putin, because the United States itself was preparing to capture the peninsula. Now, Ukraine on Fire presents a uniquely one-sided view of events leading up to the Maidan Revolution, the revolution itself, and its aftermath based solely on interviews with former Ukrainian officials who fled to Russia, including former Ukrainian President Viktor Yanukovych and former Interior Minister Vitaly Zakharchenko. Russian President Vladimir Putin was interviewed by Oliver Stone and U.S. journalist Robert Perry of Consortium News, a site that often publishes anti-American and pro-Russian stories. We have a detailed debunking of this film on our website, stopfake.org. This is Stop Fake's last video digest of 2016. I don't know about you, but I'm happy 2016 is on its way out, and I hope we'll see a lot less fakes in 2017. Now, we're taking a 2-week break from our weekly digest for the new year. However, the elves that work in our fact-checking factory will continue setting the record straight on our website, stopfake.org. That's it for this week. Beware of fakes, be vigilant. If you spot any disinformation about Ukraine, send it to us for a truth autopsy. Remember, consuming fake news is not only bad for your health, it's bad for your brain. So don't do it. I'm Marco Supran, and this is Stop Fake. Thanks for watching, and Happy New Year.